सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे वंच कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिंधुभ्य च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैता गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। शिला प्रभुपाद की जय। अंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू श्री गुरु एंड श्री गौरंगा। ऑल ग्लोरीज टू assembled devotees. हरे कृष्णा। Thank you once again for giving the opportunity to share pastime of Lord Krishna and talking about the Mahima of Japa. So last time we were discussing that why does Krishna come to this world and how come he has 16,108 wives? Usually in material world, why we want to get married? We want to get married because we want to be happy. So why Krishna had so many wives? 16,108 wives. It was just his mercy on one level. On the spiritual level, all these wives of Krishna were actually the divine associates, as like goddesses of fortune, who had descended into this world to assist Krishna in his pastimes. But on the worldly level, Bhaumasura actually had captured all these princesses, all the 16,108 princesses, and he had 16,000 princesses, and he had kept them imprisoned for his enjoyment. And Krishna, just to save them from their condition, he descended and he delivered Bhaumasura. Actually, it's interesting. Do we know Bhaumasura was the son of Lord Krishna? When Varahadev descended into this world, he had lifted up the earth, the Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, from the ocean. And when he did that, he impregnated Mother Earth with his own child. What he did? He impregnated Mother Earth with his own child. And his name was Bhauma, the son of Bhumi. And he was a very nice personality actually, son of Krishna. But so many lessons to be learned here. How important the association is. Even though Bhaumasura was very nice, what happened? And he was son of Krishna, Krishna himself, and also the son of Bhumi Devi. But due to the bad association of Banasura, he became influenced and he became demoniac. He was so powerful that he was conquering everybody and was exploiting so many people out there. That's where he had all these princesses, 16,000 princesses and more that he was exploiting. So to protect his devotees and the innocent, Krishna was willing to kill his own son. Of course, there is no death. Krishna actually liberated him from his demoniac body. And thus all the princesses were released. So when the princesses got released, they said to Krishna, now that we have been taken by this other person, nobody in this society is ever going to marry us. Hum achut ho gaye. We are untouchables. We are discarded from the society. We are just like waste. People will think that because we have spent time here, we are polluted. So as Shatranis, we are not just garbages. But now we have given our heart to you, Krishna, and because we have no one else and we don't want anyone else either. So actually here we see all these ladies who were flung down to the lowest platform where people of their own community were ready to discard them. They had no future. In all that circumstances, Krishna gave them the highest position in the creation. He made them his own queens. He built magnificent palaces for them, and each palaces were inconceivably more beautiful and wonderful than Indra's palace. He expanded himself to each of the 16,108 forms so that he could personally spend time with them. So, here in general, if you see, our society says Krishna has 16,108 wives. He's an enjoyer. It's what a pity, what a shame it is. Because we don't read our Shastras, so we just nitpick anything and everything based on our sense gratification. कृष्णा ने इन 60,000 लेडीज का उद्धार किया, समाज से बहिष्कृत थे. Who does that in today's world? Even one, if you do, you will have a challenge in your entire life. And Krishna did for 16,000 queens. So that's why it's so important to read Krishna's book. That's why it's so important to read Prabhupada's book, to gain knowledge. And with this knowledge only, suddenly we'll generate love for Krishna. We'll come to know who actually Krishna really is. So now, how we should infer this? Whatever our situation is in this material world, we should remember that we are actually the eternal servant of Krishna. Just like gopis, just like these queens. So Krishna is Dina Bandhu, Dina Dayal. He is the most munificent. He is the most merciful. He is the best friend even of the most fallen. That's where we say, with Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, that अगर कोई कुत्ते का भी मांस खाता है, it's not a joke. It's not just for saying sake. अगर कोई इतना मलिच है कि कोई कुत्ते का भी मांस खाता है, and if he chants one time the holy name of the Lord, he has the chance of becoming pure. And we should respect him as Vaishnava. Such is the power of the holy name. Such is the association of the Lord. Such is the association of Lord Gauranga. So, here, what we see is not that these princes were fallen. They were actually in fallen condition, not fallen. And Krishna brought them up to be his own eternal queens, the highest position in the Leela in Dwarka. So the Bhaumasura of the false ego has actually captured us in this material world. And if we just take shelter of Krishna, Krishna can lift us to the highest position like queens. That's the power of Krishna. And Krishna is the original form of Govinda. He has the pleasurable pastimes in spiritual world. Actually, he has no connection with this material world. He expands himself in so many times, expands himself as Baldev, Sankarshan, Pradyumna, Aniruddha, Vasudeva, Narayan in Vaikuntha planet, and then expands again into quadruple form. From there again Sankarshan, then secondary quadruple form, and from there again Mahavishnu. Then we all know, then he takes the form of Garbhodakshai Vishnu, from there Shirodakshai Vishnu, and Guna Avataras, and so many Leelas. And he is supervising the three modes of material nature through Mother Nature. So, but Krishna is himself Gopinath. He remains in the spiritual world playing flute. He is not at all attached to all this. It's his agent who does all the work in this material world. So actually, if we say Krishna is performing the most wonderful pastime, and even when he descends in this world, and so by performing these pastimes, one can become purified and go back to Godhead just by hearing and chanting the glories of the holy name. As Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Nitya Siddha Krishna Prema Sadhya Ka Bhunaya Shravanadi Shuddha Chite Karaya Udaya. The pure love of Krishna, the Krishna Prema is inherent within the heart of every living being by hearing about Krishna as he reveals himself when he comes into this world, by hearing about Krishna, by chanting the glorious name of Krishna, by chanting the name of Krishna in the association of the devotees of Krishna, then the love is awakened. And that's what all of us are doing here. In the association of devotees, we are chanting the holy name of Krishna. And जिस तरह की हम बोलते हैं कि when we cook kheer, is it like when we put rice and milk, automatically everything happens? We have to churn, we have to churn, and we have to churn. Similarly, when we are chanting the holy name, 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 2 week, 1 year, 2 year, 1 decade, 2 decade, it's like churning the kheer. The more you churn, sweeter it becomes, tasty it becomes. Similarly, the more and more we chant every day, we will get more and more the taste of the holy name, and then may the mercy of Lord come upon us. With that, I would like to conclude for today. Thank you so much for giving the opportunity. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.